Hey guys, it's Izzy here, and today I'm going to be showing you all my July TBR, all the books that I want to read this month. Now this month I did do something differently. So I usually do a TBR jar where I just draw out the names of books at random and they're books I already own. So this month, since it is my birth month, I didn't do my TBR jar, I just chose books that I really want to read. And I feel like my brand here on BookTube is historical fiction, and last month I read 2 historical fiction books and they were pretty average, so I did want to choose some books that aren't really historical fiction, so some different genres, some new to me genres that I haven't read before. So I just wanted to try something new to get me kind of out of that funk. That's what we did this month. So let's get into this video. So in July, I'm participating in 2 readathons, and that is Medieval-a-thon and then the Book Junkie Trial. So if you are not familiar with how I do reading readathons, I don't go and find books that I do think will fit the prompts. It's just, if I already have a book on my TBR and it fits a prompt, then that's what I do. I don't go out and purposely try to change my TBR. But if y'all want to check out those readathons, I will leave the announcement videos down below in the pinned comment if you guys would want to check them out. I have several books here. So the first book I finished I did finish it, but that I chose to read this month was actually a carryover from June. So you did hear me talk about this book last month. It is Meddling Kids by Edgar Quintero. Sorry, my voice is all weird. So this book is very much has Scooby-Doo vibes, Stranger Things, all that kind of stuff. So this book, in 1977, we had this group of friends, and they are detectives, really. They're kids, but they are solving little mysteries that are in their summer vacation hometown. So then we go I think it's 13 years later, to 1990. The guy they call gets out on parole, and our characters just all feel like something wasn't finished that day when they solved that one case. So they all come back together and go back to the town and try to solve this case once and for all. So the next book is the one that I'm currently reading, and that is a romance book, and this is really the first romance book that I have ever read, and it is The Perfect Date by Evelyn Lozada with Holly Lawrence. So this is about Angel, who is a young single mother in the Bronx, and she doesn't have a lot. She's trying to be a nurse. She's a nursing student and a bartender, but she loses her job one night for throwing a drink all over a professional pitcher, and she then becomes his fake girlfriend to I guess to make I don't know, because I'm already like 75 pages into this book, so I don't want to spoil too much, but I am enjoying it because I am a big baseball fan. So it's just funny, this is kind of like the Yankees, I guess. They're not called the Red Sox got mentioned, but the team in the book is called the Bronx Bolts. So this has been an interesting book so far, and yeah, just some of these lines I'm like, blushing, because I have never read romance before, so I'm just like, oh my gosh. I've read fan fiction, but not full-on romance. I've never read a baseball fan fiction. I don't know if those exist, but I don't want to know. So our next book is one for the Books with Friends book club here on BookTube, and this is The Last Magician by Lisa Maxwell. So this is kind of a historical fiction novel, but this is about time travel in New York City again. All these books taking place in New York. And all I really know, but they go back to 1902, which that should be an interesting time. I don't really know what was happening then. I can't tell you who was president or anything like that. So yeah, I just love this cover too. It's rare that I buy hardbacks at Barnes & Noble anymore because, well, this one was $19, but a lot of the nonfiction ones that I like really want are like $35, and I'm not about to pay that much. So it was so nice buying a hardback. So our next book is another, some would consider a historical fiction. It takes place in the 1960s, and that is The Girls by Emma Klein, not sure, but this is kind of like Charles Manson. It's a cult story. There's a cult and all these girls join it, and it is the Northern California during the violent end of the 1960s. We know how the hippie kind of era ended with the Manson murders, with the Rolling Stones, and just a lot of stuff happened to end that movement. And I do think that the Manson murders really changed Los Angeles and America in general. I think this will be a good read, especially with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood coming out this month. That is a movie I am very excited for. I think it comes out my birthday week, so that should be a lot of fun because I love Margot Robbie, I love Leo DiCaprio, so should be fun. So not our last book, but this is a Western book, and it is A Different Kind of Fire by Sue Ann Schaefer. And this is a Western in 19th century America. And I'm just gonna read the synopsis because I completely forgot what it was about. But it's torn between her childhood sweetheart, her forbidden passion for another woman, the noble man she had to marry, and her dream of becoming a painter. Okay, I'm starting to remember it now, but Ruby's choices mold her in ways she can never have foreseen as she balances husband, family, lovers, and ambition against the backdrop of 19th century America. So obviously, so apparently she has a female lover, and at this time that was obviously frowned upon, and she is married, and sounds kind of interesting for that kind of stuff to be happening in the Gilded Age. So it has art. I love when art is in books. Like, books are a work of art, and then you have a different kind of art in books. So it's kind of trippy, cool. I love Western America, and it's just something that I'm really fascinated in, especially with Red Dead Redemption 2 Please come out on PC, and I have just been watching videos of people play that game, and then I started watching, I think it's called Godless on Netflix. I watched the first episode. It was really good, and I recommend if you are interested in Western American times, the Wild West. I've talked about before, I love books that are about frontiers of people going west, and yeah, that's my favorite time in American history, even though I don't know if this is in the late 19th century or the early 19th century, because they're both very different as the Civil War happened. So if you are not familiar with something I do on my channel, or not really with my channel, but just with my reading life, I guess, I pick a book, usually a series, I did Game of Thrones for a while, where I would read one Game of Thrones book a month, or however long it took me, and I would just read 3 chapters a day. So I did that, and then I finished Song of Ice and Fire. So then I read it, and that took me way too long. I should have finished that book in a month, but it took me 5 months to finish it, but that's a whole other rant. I talked about that in my wrap up for last month. So this month, and for the next 8 months or however long, 7 months I think, I'm going to be rereading the Harry Potter series. So I am using this version. I don't know what number of version this is because I wanted to annotate, and I didn't want to annotate in my original copies from the 2000s. So I got these versions at Target, and this is my first time annotating the books, and this is my first time rereading the books as an adult. So it has been a lot of fun, very nostalgic, and I have been using my magnet bookmarks. Here's the Dumbledore one. So it's just so nostalgic, so good. I'm not going to explain what Harry Potter is about because I think we all know. If you don't know what Harry Potter is about, you've probably been living under a rock. But yes, I'm about 65% of the way through this. So I have been having a lot of fun going back to Hogwarts. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, comment, rate, and subscribe, and tell me down below in the comments what books you are reading in July. Bye guys! Bonus, if you stay till the very end, it is my birth month of July, so now I will be having my Amazon wish list down below in the description box. Don't feel obligated to buy me any gifts, but it would be really awesome if y'all could. Thank you!